What is up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. Welcome back to another one of our previews. Let's go to Monday, Memorial Day, May 27th. We'll go to Santa Anita. We'll go to race 10. It is the Hollywood Gold Cup Stakes Grade 2 event going a mile and a quarter on the dirt. Field of 8 here. We'll go through them one by one, and then we'll see what we think at the end. So we'll start from the rail, and we'll go to number 1, to Reincarnate. And I think at this point, you kind of know what Reincarnate is. He's come back to be okay as a 4-year-old so far, but he hasn't really shown just a ton, right? I mean, he was 3rd in the Santa Anita handicap. He was 4th in the Oakland handicap. Neither race, he really threatened to win at the end. Didn't run poorly in either one of them, but just hasn't really threatened to win. I don't think he's without a shot here. I would definitely say that. But at the end of the day, could he just be a type that likes to hit the board in races like this? Yeah, I think maybe so. I mean, you kind of looked at his past performances, as a 2-year-old, 3-year-old. That acceleration in the lane, it's not really there. He's more of just a grinder. I think from the rail, they'll try to just get him towards the front and see if he can hold on. So number 1, Reincarnate. That's kind of what I think of him. Number 2 is Ashcroft, I should say. Number 2, Ashcroft. Interesting horse. Definitely has ran 2 good races in a row. I'm a little bit worried about the distance for this horse, though. They both the wins came at a mile. He broke the maiden 2 races back at Santa Anita going a mile and did it very nicely. Then won an allowance going a mile as well. Did that by a neck. Now we're up into a situation where a horse by Munnings. Now he is out of an Empire Maker mare, so there is stamina on that side of it. But a horse by Munnings going to stretch out to a mile and a quarter. The longest race this horse has been a mile and a 16th. That came over the turf and synthetic. So big stretch out here. That's going to be a big time question mark for the 2 Ashcroft. Number 3 is Judge Miller. I think he warrants a lot of, not concern, but definitely a lot of time to kind of look at. There's good and bad. The good was 2 races back in an allowance going a mile right here at Santa Anita. He dominated. He won by 11. He got a huge figure, and everybody thought, okay, he's going to be very tough. He went to the Californian. He was 1-5 in that race. He just got flat out dusted by Mr Fisk, a horse that is decent, but nothing, incredible. Mr Fisk just dominated him. And at 1-5, he's a loser, and he's a loser by 2 1/4. So, look, the other thing is, the pace of the race was not very hot. He was on the lead. There's really no excuse. He probably should have just galloped away from him there if he was a true 1-5. So look for him to bounce back, though. He can bounce back and run well here. He's bred to run all day, so we'll see if he can kind of get back to his best form. Maybe he just bounced a little bit in that last race, and he'll come back and run better here. The number 4 is Oviatt Class. This horse had to go to Turfway Park last time out to get a victory. He did it there at Turfway Park in an allowance race, I misspoke. It Turf Paradise is what I meant to say. Turf Paradise to get that allowance win. So, and it wasn't all that impressive. He won by a half length. Some of his Santa Anita races have been okay. You kind of got to go further back, though. As in 0 wins at Santa Anita, but you got to go further back to find a win at all. Del Mar, 4 races back he won, and then he broke the maiden at Del Mar as well. So no wins here at Santa Anita. Moving up in class, this seems like a big ass. So number 5 is Mr Fisk. This horse, like I said, is coming off of a win here at Santa Anita in the California, and he won it very easy. Like I said, he beat that heavy favorite. The San Pasquale 2 races back, he didn't do much. He got beat pretty handily in that race. But you look at the Native Diver, he was able to win. So he's kind of just been, hit and miss at times. He does have some nice races on the past performance, but I think his race last time out, definitely the best of all. And I think if he brings that one, you could see this horse, show up here and maybe have a big shot to get it done for Bob Baffert. The number 6 is Subsandador, and this is a horse I really thought last time out was going to hold on and win the Santa Anita handicap at 22-1. Did not get it done that day, though. Almost just got nipped right at got beat ahead by Newgate at the wire there, but he led almost the whole way around. His race 2 back in the San Antonio was not quite as good for sure. Before that, had been running in Argentina and running very well. He had a resume of a horse that might be able to come over here and run well. So we'll see what happens. I really liked what he did last time out. I think the distance is really going to help. It's important to note Richard Mandella takes over the training here. So Mandella now training with Flavian Pratt getting back aboard. He rode the horse for his American debut, but not last time out. So Mandella now and with Flavian Pratt aboard. Very interesting on the 6. Number 7 is Mixto. Mixto was third last time out to Mr. Fix and Judge Miller in the California, and he was 5th in the Santa Anita Handicap, 3rd in the San Pasquale, and 2nd in the San Antonio. So since breaking the maiden 5 races back at Del Mar, he's moved up to stakes company pretty well. I mean, doesn't have a win, and that's obviously the big check mark against him, but he's running well in all these races. I mean, hitting the board, picking up checks. He could be a perfect 3rd place, 2nd place horse, maybe again in this spot. It's a very similar spot, similar horses than he's been facing. And then finally, the number 8 is Arrow the Great. If you believe in playing the hot pedigree right now, Arrogate, what a loss, by the way, not having Arrogate anymore. But he produced the Preakness winner last weekend. Arrow the Great, I think this is a horse that coming off of a long layoff, new trainer here today, 2 wins in a row, 4 and 3 races back, was 4th, beaten 9 in that native diver that I talked about earlier that Mr. Fisk won, and then lost an allowance the last time on New Year's Eve here at this track, going 1 mile. Lost a Ghost of Midnight, pretty good horse. So, no disrespect in that. First off the layoff, we'll see. I think 1.25 miles should be good for this horse, even though the one time he stretched out past the mile, it wasn't that good, set the pace and faded. But, maybe a tough ask to get him to do this off the layoff here. But Arrow the Great, certainly a horse that I think stretching out pedigree-wise says that should be fine for him. So that is your field of 8. I took a long look at this. I debated for quite a while here. It came down to me between the 3 Judge Miller, the 5 Mr. Fisk, and the 6 Sub Sanador. I don't really think you can kind of separate those 3. I think those are the 3 you want, and then play Reincarnate and Mixto maybe underneath. Look, I think I'm going to go number 6 Sub Sanador to win this thing. I just think at the end of the day, that Santa Anita handicap race going this distance, I thought it was pretty impressive and maybe more impressive than anything else in the race. So, now he's with Mandella. Pratt gets aboard. I just have a feeling he's going to run a pretty good race here. This will be his 3rd race in the United States, so I think he's definitely used to it now. So I'm going to go number 6, Sub Sanador, to get the job done here. But I heavily consider number 5, Mr. Fisk, and number 3, Judge Miller. All right, guys, that'll do it for our preview. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit subscribe. You really like it. Want to get alerted anytime we do previews like this. If you want free win picks for every track every day, I got good news for you. You can go to racingdudes.com, click on free picks, and they'll all be there for you. You can check those out. And if you need exact to try, pick 4, pick 5, anything like that, go to the handicapping products page. We've got you covered there as well. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching, and good luck if you're playing Santa Anita on Monday.